When it comes to real estate, everything matters. Whether you're a realtor, homeowner, buyer, or seller, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title is here to inform, entertain, and inspire you. Host Bill Napick from Stewart Title will talk with guests about what really matters when it comes to owning, buying, and selling real estate. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title starts right now. Here's your host, Bill Napick.
Welcome to the show, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. We march on once again to inform, entertain, and even inspire. We have assembled tremendous guests here for you today. Realtors, we have an escrow officer, we have a roofer, we have Stewart Title business development officers right here in this room. I say it all the time, stay close to your Stewart Title business development officer because they always have great things going on, resources for you, educational classes, fun things. If you don't know who your business development officer is for Stewart Title, just go to Stewart.com and find out. And now, with Keller Williams Platinum, he is a top realtor. His name is Murad Fiqui. Murad, welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
That's right. You're a top realtor, right?
Of course, absolutely.
No doubt about it.
I'm passionate about this business.
You really are. And let's tell people, first of all, you're with Keller Williams. Let's tell them a little bit about your company.
Well, I think Keller Williams actually is a phenomenal company, voted #1 training company in the world across all business mediums. The training is just exceptional. I highly recommend Keller Williams for, any new agent who's looking to get started in the business and kind of doesn't know where to go. That being said, me personally in my business, I am always on the forefront of technology. I want to be using the latest, greatest things that have come out that can advance listings and also sell homes. There's so many platforms right now as far as social media and online advertising that can just amplify any property's exposure, much further than just listing on the MLS.
No doubt about it. In fact, recently I was just on the internet and I looked you up and I saw one of your videos about a home. I forget which home it was, but it was nicely, you brought people through the home, showed them around, and talked about it.
Oh, I love doing videos. So I do videos often. I mean, you can catch me on my YouTube page, see countless videos that we shoot. I like to shoot videos that really highly showcase a property and kind of push the viewer through the house. So, I like to keep them short and sweet, maybe 2 minutes tops, because the human attention span is very short. But I like to keep it moving, and I use up-tempo music. I like to keep it fresh so that way we can showcase properties. And I've actually had people reach out to me on YouTube or Facebook and say, wow, this is an awesome house. Where is it? Where's it located? How much, etc. So again, just using social media and videos and powerful content can really advance listing and the marketing of that listing.
Let's tell people also your military service. First of all, we want to thank you for your service. You were in the Marines.
Oh, absolutely.
And the Navy.
And the Navy. Yes.
Incredible.
Yes. Well, I was enlisted in the Marines first. So I started at the very bottom as an E1, and that was great. I went straight to the Marines right out of high school, and it was just an incredible experience. And then after high school, after I was honorably discharged, went to college, got my bachelor's degree, and I just felt the calling again to serve. So I ended up going into the Navy and became an officer.
I would think the military experience, any branch, just is a tremendous preparation for life, the lessons you learn for business. Give us an idea how that helps you now in your real estate world.
Well, I think ethics and honesty, above everything. In the military, you're taught to do the right thing even when no one's looking. You're taught that, and to be honest with you, some of the relationships I made in the military are the best relationships I've ever had in my entire life, because you serve with people who are willing to lay down even their lives for their friend on the battlefield. And a lot of my friends in the military I keep in touch with today, they would do anything for me. If I had a problem or I needed something, I called them right now. They would be here in a heartbeat. And that's just powerful. So I think those values teach you in business, and especially in the real estate business. There's a saying, there's no crying in real estate. this business is tough.
It's a tough business.
It's a tough business, and not everybody's honest and ethical as you would like. But putting that to the side, you still know in your heart you're going to do the right thing, at all times. That's a huge value.
And let's touch upon that when we think about challenges in life. And a lot of real estate professionals, whether they're realtors or in the mortgage world, whatever it is, they're out there. And we face challenges, even people in the title world. We face challenges all the time. But let's tell people maybe an idea or two when you have a challenge just from your mindset. Mindset is so important in everything. But how do you face challenges, whether it's, let's say it's a listing that's a tough listing, maybe the pricing isn't right, or maybe the home's a little bit rough looking, but you have that listing and the seller is entrusting you to sell it. How do you face that challenge?
Oh, absolutely. I'm happy to take on tough listings. In fact, I've taken and sold listings that have been on the market for the past 3 to 4 years with various agents. You talked about one that you saw on
That's what I was thinking about. I saw one of your tough listings, and I'm thinking, how is that guy going to sell it?
Absolutely. And that one had been on the market for about 4 years before me.
Wow.
On and off, different agents. I'll say the first thing, again, going back to honesty and integrity, you can always count on me to be honest with the client and let them know. At times, they may not want to hear, but I will show them verified facts of sales in the area, comps, and why, they might otherwise have a high price, and sometimes an extremely high price on what their home is. And sometimes the hardest pill to swallow is, your house isn't worth that. It's really worth this. And I take great pride that I'm going to be honest. I don't set the market, I interpret the market. So if I could create the market, I wouldn't be sitting here right now, right? I mean, so we have to interpret the market and be honest. And if someone really wants to sell their home, I think where a lot of agents miss the mark is they just take a listing no matter what. They don't want to be honest with that homeowner and say, that's way too high. I mean, I don't think we're going to have a chance to sell this home at this price. And often that happens, and then the listings sit for a year or 2 or 3.
Well, sometimes in sales, we're just happy to get the deal, and we don't want to tell people bad news. That's in any field of sales. But thinking of challenges, there are many things, I think, that can be challenges to selling a property. The one that you and I are talking about, and we'll share with the listeners, I never saw the inside of the home, but what I did see was your sign, and I saw that this home was on a really busy street. So I'm thinking, wow, that's got to be challenging to sell that home. But am I right? That was one of the problems.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I will say this, for homes, and I'm talking about residential, not commercial.
Yeah, residential.
For residential properties that are on a major street.
And there's a lot of them.
Oh, absolutely. Westheimer, Briar Forest, Richmond, San Felipe. It is more difficult because, most people don't want to live on a major street. Now, on the commercial world, that's the opposite. The opposite holds true. You want a lot of traffic because that's good advertising for your business. But on the residential side, you might be in a great neighborhood, but you don't really want to be on the major street. So what does that mean? A great mentor of mine taught me that every problem has a price. So you have to factor that into the price. And most homes that are on a major thoroughfare need to be reduced by often 10%. So it can sell, but what we're looking for is a buyer who's willing to say, you know what, I might not otherwise be able to get into this neighborhood, but because this house is discounted, I can get in, and I don't mind being on the major street. And often these are people who don't have families or little children per se, because that's where the concern comes is, I don't want my kid escaping the house and getting hit by a car. So, and I can speak from the same angle because I'm a father. So you just have to look for those different angles. Again, I don't give away houses, but you do have to factor in certain
price them
things.
Right.
You have to price them right. You have to factor in certain items.
And Murad, do you focus on certain areas of town, or how do you approach your real estate business?
Honestly, I want to sell everything. I'm passionate about sales, and I work the entire greater Houston area. Although I am in the energy corridor, so energy corridor, Memorial, the whole west side, but I have sold even in Lake Conroe. Lake Conroe. I have some new construction right now in West Columbia, Texas. I've sold in East Bernard, which, if you don't know where that is, that's past Sugar Land, past Richmond. It's even past Rosenberg. It's heading towards Victoria. It's about an hour away. So I sold
tucked away.
Yeah.
Almost sounds like it's in Louisiana by the name, but it's in a different direction.
So I've done that. I try not to go that far. I mean, I will, but I'm passionate about sales, and my goal is to break all the sales records. So to do that, I need to sell as much as possible.
And let's tell people, as far I mentioned already, mindset is so important, and I've heard you on another radio show, and you're talking about some of the things that you do to keep your mindset right in terms of training, in terms of motivation, even reading. What are some of the things that you do that's just great to stay on top?
Oh, absolutely. I'm big on self-development. So, I think, and to be honest, to achieve a higher level and a higher plateau and break through this glass ceilings we place on ourselves, it's all mental. It's all in your mind. So to do that, you have to grow as a person. You grow, your business will grow to the extent that you grow, and I've learned this. So I seek mentors. I follow Grant Cardone. I follow Tony Robbins. I go to a lot of events that are about self-development, self-empowerment, and learning to think beyond what I've been what I've been capable of doing. That's how you really grow. When you think beyond, I want to associate myself with very successful people because why? They're successful because of the way they think and their mindset. And I learned from that. That's what I wasn't taught in business school. So, I think it's very important that you surround yourself with people more successful than you are to learn, because success leaves clues.
And we're learning every day, every minute, especially if we're paying attention, no doubt about it. Let's tell people, as far as the marketplace right now, as you're out there, and it sounds like you're all over the Houston area, how is the market right now? Interest rates are tremendously low, record lows. And then how do you, if you were to speculate, say, by the end of the year, which is really coming up pretty soon,
absolutely.
How do you think it's going to end up here in 2019?
The market's booming, and especially in Houston, the real estate market is fueled by the housing market is fueled by the job market. So Houston has a really strong job market and economy. The energy sector, and then the Texas Medical Center, and I think Houston is number 3 or number 4 as far as headquartering Fortune 500 companies in the United States. That's huge. I just think here in Texas we have a positive business climate. We're constantly trying to keep taxes low. There's no state income tax. It's these different things that cause Fortune 500 companies to relocate from, say, New York or California to Texas. And then there's that's Houston, Austin, Dallas. So many companies are moving here to Texas. So I think that alone fuels the housing market and is the reason why we've seen on average 3 to 5% appreciation in the residential housing market year over year.
Excellent. Murad, if someone wants to reach out to you, what should they do?
You can always reach me on HoustonLuxuryRealEstate.com. That's my website. It's actually synchronized to the MLS. You can search properties, see the latest, greatest. So HoustonLuxuryRealEstate.com, or you can email me, Murad@HoustonLuxuryRealEstate.com, or call me, 832-610-4290. And that's 832-610-4290. And I'm always happy to help.
There you go. Or go to your YouTube channel, too.
Yes, I want everybody, if you don't mind, take 2 seconds, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find me at Murad Fiki, Luxury Home Expert. That's MORADFIKI. I'm the only Murad Fiki worldwide.
Indeed you are. I'm the only Bill Nampick worldwide. Well, I think. There could be one other one out there. Give them a call at 832-610-4290. Thank you, Murad. Thank you again for your service.
So
We're coming
much.
right back with even more. Stay with us, please. And here we go. The adventure continues now with Kelly Watkins, Nikki Kateris, Nick LaPalamento. Did I get that right,
You
Nick?
got that pretty
See
close.
That? They all kind of have a super ring to them. They're with the Bridge Group, selling real estate in a magnificent way every day. Kelly, Nick, Nikki, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much
Thank
for having
you.
us.
I like that. Kelly, Nick, Nikki. Say it real fast. First of all, Kelly, let's tell people about the Bridge Group.
Absolutely. So we've been a team for 6 months. Since that time, we've become one of the top realtors in the West Houston area. We have a team of 8 agents, all young, hardworking. I always tell people you won't find a more hardworking team than our team. We came up with the name, the Bridge Group.
Because that is really catchy. In fact, I'm thinking people imagining them right now as they drive around and people want to take notes. They don't even have to write that down. They could remember.
Absolutely. We came up with the name. We really wanted our business to be about relationships over transactions. And since the beginning, we're all about that 5-star service communication. But my husband and I, Cole, we came up with the name when we were on vacation in New York. And we were at a hotel in Brooklyn overlooking the Manhattan skyline and saw the Brooklyn Bridge connecting these 2 major cities and thought that's what we do in real estate. We make the connection. We're connecting not only buyers and sellers, we're connecting people to their dream homes. And we're all about relationships, and it pays off.
And not only that, you paint a tremendous picture. I think everybody listening just went to New York City just for a minute or two. I
love
know
it.
I did. The
We
only
love New
problem is
York.
I got to reel myself back in now as I'm thinking about cooler weather. But all
True.
that said, but that is, it's cool. Just the idea of that, Kelly, how inspiration strikes us in any field, whether it's our business or our personal lives. Inspiration is out there for us. I just think that's incredible that you captured that and put it into your business.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Super awesome. Nick, let's tell people your role on the Bridge Group, with the Bridge Group.
So I'm an agent as a part of the team. I actually started this January. January 1st was my first day on the job. And,
Always good now. As each year goes by, it's another year on the job.
Yeah.
How many deals have you closed so far in 6 months?
I have done 7 deals in the last 7 months, as well as a handful of leases. But yeah, it's been pretty good so far.
Give people an idea as we think about the deals, real estate transactions. Out of, let's take these 7, how many were buyers and how many were sellers?
So I've done 2 listings, and then the rest were buyers.
Do you also focus on the west side of town, or how do you approach your market?
So I was born and raised in Houston, and I graduated from Katy High School, so that's what I'm most familiar with. So most of the work that I've done has been in the Katy area, but I've done stuff in Spring, I've done stuff in Sugar Land, so kind of still all on the west side of Houston, west side of Greater Houston, but yeah, primarily Katy is where a lot of us are focused.
And I'm going to say it again, Nick LaPalamento, now that I know how to say it. Was that right?
La Palamento, yeah. La Palamento.
La Palamento. Super awesome. So let's tell people, as you're out there in the marketplace, Nick, how are you finding the market right now?
The market has been... So my only experience has been from the start of this year, right? So since I've started, it's been crazy. We've seen I've been in a lot of multiple offer situations. I've been, working from both sides. So I've had listings sell in 5 days with multiple offers above asking price. So it's a really, really great market.
And we're going to go from Nick to Nikki just that easily. What a smooth transition.
No, it was easy.
Nikki, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Let's tell people your role, what you're doing with the Bridge Group.
I'm an agent on the team as well.
That is awesome. And now, as far as you approach the market, are you on the west side too a lot, or where do you find a lot of your
Absolutely,
activity?
the west side, majority.
And it's doing pretty well right now, huh?
Absolutely. Yes, the market is very hot.
Is there a price point that you would say, because I hear different things, that where one price point is more happening than, say, the others, or what are you seeing out there?
Anything under 250.
So anything
Absolutely, yeah.
And if someone's listening, maybe people in Houston are kind of familiar with it, but if people are listening out of the state of Houston, and people do, under 250, are there homes to be had in that price range?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
A
Absolutely.
lot of great homes.
So,
Definitely inventory out there.
So there's a lot of inventory, and we said earlier the interest rates are so favorable. Give us an idea what else you're seeing out there, Kelly.
We feel that what we're seeing is that 2019 is going to be another record-breaking year. 2018 was a record-breaking year for Houston real estate in terms of the number of home sales and the average price point, and already 2019 is exceeding that. So the fact that it's still a seller's market, is a big thing, and there are so many buyers out there because the interest rates are so low right now. it's a great time to sell and buy in Houston. As
It's
cliche as
really-
that sounds,
Yeah,
it's true.
Well, it is true.
Anytime's a good time. If you need a house, it's a good time. You better get a house no matter
Right.
when it is. It just so happens all the things have lined up in an incredible way for right now. I mean, I'm thinking about, I could remember very high interest rates, but where they're at
Yes.
right now is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the unemployment rate is the lowest, I think, in 50 years. I don't know if that's
Right.
the exact statistic, but there are so many factors. It's really incredible. Kelly, give me an idea, though. Real estate, you can be doing a lot of things, as all of us can be, but what is it that drives you, and even your husband, that gets you guys so excited about the real estate world?
We have a background in ministry, and so we've always had a heart to help people. And I just feel that that's what you're doing in real estate. You really do make connections. I mean, we have client appreciation parties every quarter on our team. And we've both been, my husband and I have been agents for 4 years. We have people from the very beginning of our career from 4 years ago still coming to our client appreciation parties. And to us, it's about building relationships, helping people get into their dream home, selling their home, seeing that, whenever they're able to make some equity on their home and get into another home with their family. It's just a very fulfilling job and very rewarding.
Well, it's interesting. The symbol of the bridge does so many things.
Yes.
It connects people.
Exactly.
It can take you from one place to the next, as in a home transition. Boy,
Yes.
we could talk for hours about just the symbolism of the bridge. That was
Yeah.
great to grasp
I'll,
that.
I'll tell my husband, but don't we won't say too much. Don't want to get his head too
Inflate
He'll
big.
be listening. The question is, what are you going to come up with on the next vacation?
Right.
And where will it be? Let me know when you find out. That'll
Okay.
be interesting. Nick, let's tell people, what are some of the other things you think about that as you're out there in the marketplace every day?
Yeah, I mean, I think if people have been on the fence, maybe they've had thoughts of selling or they've had thoughts of home ownership. I think a lot of people just kind of assume that it's out of reach, or they assume that because they don't know a lot about the market, they're not reading it and looking into it like we are every day. So what I've just found is that when I encounter people and I start talking about the market, a lot of people just aren't aware, and so they're scared of it, and because it's an unknown.
That's a good point, yeah.
And so I think that's part of our job is to help people to see what the market really looks like, and to help see how we can help them reach whatever that goal is, whether it's home ownership and this is their first time, or whether they've been in a home for a while and they weren't sure if selling, when is the right time to do it, are they going to make any money? And so that's really been good to be able to do that for people.
Well, it's interesting. There's a lot of things that trigger a real estate transaction for someone to move, to upgrade, downgrade, whatever it is. But one of the things I think about, too, is sometimes in life we just want to change.
Right.
And sometimes moving to a new part of town, a different type of living, maybe gated community, or even going to a high-rise, those things can be some of the spice that we need just in life.
Right.
Another thing I think about, and I just saw this while on my walking path every morning, some people are so embedded in their homes, and maybe they're on the fence, as you say, because they say, man, if I want to sell my house, I got to move all this stuff. I mean, I'm talking about some homes that look like they're
Yes.
just packed in
They are.
to where, what do they do when they want to sell? Have you run into things like that? Well, that's a huge, we talk about challenges, Kelly.
Absolutely. And we're always there to help our clients. I've had, elderly clients that I'll personally go and help them to pack up. And
Okay,
to
you
move
said
things.
it. There are a lot of our older people that just their stuff collects over time.
But not always.
Not always.
But in that specific circumstance, they didn't have any other family to, really help them. So
Exactly. That happens.
And we've had people who've had, yellow walls, and they need to be gray, and we're there, to help them, not personally paint, but we help them hook them up with the right people and contribute what we need to make sure that house sells. We've had ozone people come in to take the pet smell out of home. So we go the extra mile to make sure that the home is sellable, and that in this market it's important.
That's smells. We go by, we look at pictures.
Yes.
We look, and certainly that picture sometimes is the first time someone sees a home on the
yes.
MLS.
Well,
Yeah.
90% of people do their shopping, they start online.
Yes.
That's right.
We make sure that the listing with the pictures, the videos, we go above and beyond to make sure it looks amazing.
But you are exactly right. People need to be mindful. I was in a home just yesterday, and it smelled like pets.
Yeah.
And I have 2 dogs, but
Right,
of course
so do
my
I.
home doesn't smell bad, but
Never.
this one was uncared for in that realm. So someone has to really, know all those things and be
Yes.
mindful before they put their home on the market, and
The
that's
whole
where the
package.
good real estate professional comes in. Nikki, if someone wants to reach out to you, or what else would you tell people before we close out this segment about your company and maybe why you're so excited about real estate?
They basically covered it. It's just meeting people, the relationships. It can be a difficult industry
There
to
are
be
challenges,
in.
yes.
There definitely is, but it's also very rewarding whenever you get to the final product, helping that person find the place or selling, it's very rewarding.
Indeed it is. And if someone wants to reach out to you, Nikki Kateris, what should they do?
They can email me at nikki@bridgegrouptexas.com or call me 281-704-0446.
281-704-0446. Nick, let's tell people, what else would you like them to know before we close out the segment, and how can they reach you?
So I can actually be reached at nick@bridgegrouptx.com. My phone number is 281-734-1816. I'm also on YouTube, Nick LaPalamento, and our website is bridgegrouptx.com. So just like before, we are connected to the MLS so people can do their searches from our website, favorite things, and we can also get them connected with an agent to help them out.
And Kelly, what else would you like people to know, and how can they reach out to you?
I think if you're on the fence, just reach out to an agent, reach out to a lender, and they will help you whether or not that's a yes or no. At least you have some clarification on whether or not it's a good time to sell. And what the CMA, if you're curious about what your home's worth, email me and I can email you the CMA.
And I'm glad you guys brought that up about being on the fence, because I bet a lot of people are, and they're hesitating to buy or sell for a variety of reasons. And as I say this, I have this one home in mind that I walk by all the time. They better get out soon. But now is a good time, if for no other reason. Those
Yeah.
interest rates are just tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's a great
sometimes a
time.
new home can just put another new lease on life. Once again, Nikki, Kelly, what's the number?
Sure. It's
Nick and Nikki and Kelly. I love that.
281-352-5717, or you can email me, Kelly@bridgegrouptx.com.
Kelly Watkins. We're coming right back with even more. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Most people don't know that Stewart offers business, home, and auto insurance. In fact, Stewart Insurance and Risk Management has been doing that and more for over 10 years. And they partner with many leading insurance companies to offer great rates. They're a national insurance agency operating in all 50 states, delivering a broad range of insurance products. Whether you need a home insurance quote for a client's home closing or your own insurance needs, you can count on them. Call 866-845-4676. That's 866-845-4676. Stewart Insurance and Risk Management is here to help.
When I come home feeling tired and weak, I go up where the air is fresh and sweet.
Indeed, we're going to go up on the roof with Sam Stilley with Am Still Roofing. But don't you love that song? You go up on the roof to relax and get away from it all, but sometimes you go up there to put a new roof on, and that's what Sam does. Sam, let's tell people about your company.
Absolutely. So Am Still Roofing was founded back in 1974 by my father in the West Houston area, and from there he started off just doing single repairs. We've grown now in the Houston area and greater Houston area to becoming Houston's top 3 largest residential re-roofing companies. We do about 400 re-roofing replacements a year, strictly residential asphalt shingles. So we found our niche, and we sure are educated about it, and we try to provide a value-based solution for a consumer looking to have a proper protection for their home.
And your father, tremendous guy. I met him earlier.
Yes.
Frank Stilley, right?
That's right. Yeah, great guy. So actually, while started in business, he's been in the reserved police department for 28 years for the Harris County Sheriff's Department. So
He looked like he was a serious guy, too. I could see that.
absolutely, he is straight to the punch. There's no beat around the bush with him.
Very nice. Well, let's tell people your company has certainly distinctions in the roofing world, but let's tell people some of those distinctions because, boy, we look around, certainly it's a great market here in Houston if you were to look at all the homes, all the roofs, all the new construction being done.
Sure.
But how do you stay ahead of the pack of all the other roofers and some of the things that you do that maybe others don't?
That's an excellent question. And in the Houston marketplace, statistically speaking, on an annual basis, 40,000 roofs get replaced per year.
Whoa.
Now,
Say that again. How many?
40,000 roofs get replaced
right.
per year in the Houston and Greater Houston area. Now, there's no licensing in the state of Texas to be a roofing contractor, even though that your hairstylist needs a licensing. But that being said, I know, probably not for you. But that being said, is that anyone can be a roofing contractor. So the easiest way to set yourself apart is by providing exceptional value that can't be paralleled by other companies. So the way we do our things differently at Amstel all starts with the way we answer our phones. And some homeowners that call in and want to get a new roof proposal, we have tons of questions we have to ask them because at the end of the day, we're trying to cater our experience to them. So when we come into a home, our selling system is actually proprietary to our company itself. It's a 140-page selling system that we've created in-house, and the whole idea is to create an opportunity for someone to select the roof system they want, not necessarily the roofing system that we're just going to offer based off what a salesman would recommend. So at the end of the day, by coming out and setting the expectation that we are the experts, we want to check ventilation. A lot of things that roofers don't even know about. Improper ventilation can actually void your manufacturer warranties, as well as premature the aging of the roof itself. So aging or ventilation's important, making sure claims are handled properly if it is insurance side of things, and doing things the correct way allows us to have a front run in the industry, whereas a lot of roofing companies will come out and just sell you the world and give you a product that you won't be satisfied with once they're gone and have left the area or they're out of business.
That's a good point. Many people probably don't think about attic ventilation.
That's right.
And here we are where temperatures soar. It's all the more important to have proper ventilation. Give us a quick word. What is proper ventilation?
Absolutely. So it's a pretty tough question because every roof is different. And what I mean by that is the square footage and based off the ridge that's allowed. The shape, exactly right. The ridge is the top linear peak of a roof, and a lot of roofers recommend ridge vent. Unfortunately, they don't have adequate linear footage for the ridge vent to be functional based off the square footage of the home.
How many do you need?
Well, it depends on the size of the home. So it depends.
It depends.
That's right.
Answer, yes.
Now, the sharper or the steeper your roof is, which the less ridge that's available, means the ridge vent is more likely not adequate, which would require you to have a turbine or a power ventilator or a solar vent up there for the actual proper square footage of the home. Now, this can all be kind of tough and confusing. We make it really easy because we have a calculator that allows us to provide code ventilation. And code ventilation in the city of Houston can be followed very easily through just Air Vent, which is the leading brand that does ventilation. So a lot of problems that roofers have is they'll just sell what seems nice or what a homeowner's interested in. And a lot of homeowners like the idea of ridge vent because it's sleek, it looks great, it's supposedly an awesome product, but it doesn't work for every home. So the roofer will sell that homeowner what the homeowner wants, and they won't tell the homeowner, hey, you can't have ridge vent because your roof line isn't built for it. And a big misconception, too, is that ridge vent is the only ventilation system that needs intake. And that's where homeowners are wrong and uneducated.
Soffit vents.
That's right. So every roof system needs intake, regardless if it's ridge vent, turbines, power vents, you name it. So you want to make sure you have a proper intake to meet the exhaust. Otherwise, what happens is if you have too much exhaust, like a lot of roofers install, you'll suck the heat out of the home and then pull the AC out of the home as well. So you're actually going to increase your bills. And then a big issue we see on a lot of roofs is short-circuiting ventilation. So it's just like if you go to McDonald's or Whataburger, wherever it may be, and you open your straw and you get a crack in the side of it, try to suck through the straw, the air doesn't come through. Well, a lot of homeowners get multiple exhaust systems installed on their roof system, and it cannibalizes it. And they think that more exhaust is going to give them more heat out of the attic. But in all actuality of the situation, it actually destroys the entire ventilation system for the roof.
So theoretically, and we hear people see things, ads and for turbine vents, they see them for the solar-powered vents, especially a lot now. But if you have, for example, a ridge vent, and you see this, I could save energy by putting a solar panel powered vent, you can't have both. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely cannot.
Or you can, but it's not going to be good. It's not going to help.
You can, and then you're going to have an issue with your ventilation. So if you ever wanted to upgrade to a solar vent, which is always a prudent decision based off your square footage.
Because you get more power.
Absolutely. You just want to make sure it meets the net-free air required. You would close off the ridge vent by removing it, sealing it off, and actually re-shingling over that area just to have the power vent do the functioning as it's required.
So now I'm thinking, as we have real estate professionals in this room, many are listening to this show as we speak. It makes me think when someone goes out there, and me included, all these many years of my life as I've gone out to shop for homes, I have so many requirements. I want the garage to be detached. I want this to be that. I never even think about the roof, but if we're smart when we're out there looking for homes, I think one of the boxes that needs to be checked is make sure that you have the right ventilation.
No question.
Consult an expert like you, Sam.
The foundation is the most expensive part of a home typically. The roof is actually the silent value, which is typically the second most expensive item. And a lot of homeowners believe, and even agents believe, that a roof is just shingles. But unfortunately, the average roof requires about 18 steps of process. So a lot of realtors, or homeowners for that matter, will look and try to compare estimates and see, oh, this is just a medium price or a cheaper price. But what they don't realize is the steps that could be lacking could be short-circuiting the ventilation, maybe a registered warranty is not even being involved on the job, or the labor itself doesn't have workers' comp or general liability, which could cause issues later on down the road. So it's important to seek out a quality roofing contractor.
Like you, Sam Stilley, Amstel Roofing.
We're happy to help.
There are so many things, Sam. I never even thought about that, and I bet a lot of people listening didn't realize the complexity as we go out there, look for homes, as we own homes, and we want to improve our energy efficiency and all those things. So if someone wants certainly a new roof, a roof repair, your company does that. But also Absolutely. If they want to check and make sure their ventilation is right, you're doing that as well.
No problem at all. All of our inspections are actually free. As long as the homeowner's home, we're happy to come out and educate them on the roofing system. Best case scenario, the roof is in great shape and they won't need anything at the time being. Worst case scenario, at least we have the solutions to fix whatever issues the roof may be experiencing.
And Sam, before we close this segment, what else would you like people to know?
I think the most important thing is to be aware of, especially with our recent storms we just had from the hailstorm, is what's going on with the insurance side of things. And I always recommend all clients, please be wary of working with contractors that are offering to waive, credit, or discount your deductible. It is a felony offense in the state of Texas, and the contractor might not tell you that, but it is, and the House bill was just passed actually recently, and September 1st, they're going to actually require all payments to be made copied to the insurance company to proof for your payment to the roof. And if the numbers don't match up, guys, please be careful. You don't want to be tiptoeing on that. If a roofer offers you something that promises and sounds great, typically it's not as it seems, and they're just cutting corners on the job to save your deductible and putting you at risk for high-risk category with your insurance company, breach of your policy, insurance fraud, and, of course, a felony offense.
No fun. And if someone wants to reach out to you, Amstel Roofing, Sam Stilley, what should they do?
Absolutely. We're really easy to reach. If you just Google Amstel Roofing, it's spelled A as in Apple, M as in Mary, S as in Sam, T as in Tom, I as in Ice, L as in Larry, L as in Larry, or you can call 281-495-1878. We've had that number for 45 years.
And you're going to come and check out my attic ventilation sometime soon. Give them a call. Sam Stilley, Amstel Roofing, 281-495-1878. And there's that music again. We're going to go up on the roof, right, Sam?
That's right. We sure are.
And we're going to come right back after we do that. Stay with us, please.
Just too much for me to face. I climb.
And now we have Kendra Wessel. She is with Stewart Title. She is the Senior Residential Escrow Officer. It's so nice when we have an escrow officer on the show from our company. Kendra, welcome to the show.
Hey, nice to be here.
And I didn't tell them the office. We have many offices for those that are listening that want to close at Stewart Title and who doesn't. But your office, let's tell them about where you are at.
We are in the Heights. We are at 720 West 11th Street, Suite 200. And we have a sweet little office there. We've got a great group of people working there.
You really do. And in fact, that is a very new office. Mm-hmm. Super location in the Heights, and it's just very pleasant to visit there. I love to go.
Well, yeah, no, we absolutely love it there. We're right in between Shepherd and Yale, and we get a lot of foot traffic. We actually get a lot of walk-ins coming to our office, which is a little different from some of the other offices.
That is very exciting. And as people are out there, when they close the real estate transaction, I know how I used to think about it, and that's I'm just going to get the keys or I'm going to get my money, whatever it is. Everybody at the closing table has a different thing that they're there for, and It's so exciting when all the components come together. And as the escrow officer, there are so many components and details that you tend to.
That's correct.
And you make it look easy. How do you all do it?
Well, you know, the thing about the escrow and closing process is that it's a process, that there are so many steps that have to be taken to get us to that closing table. And so we, as a title insurance agent, as escrow officers, we have a fiduciary duty to all of the parties in the transaction. So everyone's coming there for a different reason. The buyers just want their new home. The sellers want to be able to sell. The realtors want to make everybody happy. And the lenders just want to get it done. And so, we are that last piece that kind of stands in the way sometimes of getting that accomplished. And so we work very hard to pull everything together and to be respectful of all of the parties in the transaction.
It's fascinating, too, because as you're describing that, you're mindful of everybody's objective there. And it's also, it can be a very happy occasion. It could be a troublesome one for whatever reason, depending on the nature of the sale or the transaction. So many things go into that. To be in your back, let's tell people a little bit about your background before being an escrow officer, because it sounds like it was more in the legal world, and
Yes.
maybe the ins and outs better than a lot of escrow officers, perhaps.
So I've actually been closing here at Stewart for right at about a year, and then I've been with Stewart for almost 2 years. But prior to that, I've had 17 years total in the title insurance industry, and so that time was spent in the legal underwriting and claims department. And so my background is very heavily laden with legal and regulatory matters for our industry. And so, talking about rate rules and procedural rules, it's my favorite thing to do. I can really talk about it all day long until your eyes, roll back in your head.
And it's not for everybody.
It's not.
But we're glad for
It's
people
not.
like you, where you are able to know all those ins and outs. And you've probably seen when we talked about challenges earlier on the show, but every transaction, some can be challenging.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that the more you know about the rules and the regulations, because our industry is very highly regulated, isn't it? And
Yes,
we
it
like
is.
it that way. But the more you know about the rules and regulations, the more you can help work through those challenges. So if you've got someone who comes in thinking that they want to do something, and we say, well, no, the rules don't allow us to do that, it shouldn't just stop there, should it? I mean, you should be able to work through and find a solution. Well, we can't do that, and this is the reason why, but here, let's do this instead. And so that's what people appreciate.
And that's one of the things you said, that term, finding a solution.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things, not just that you just do as an escrow officer, but escrow officers do that because when a challenge comes up, you look for a way around it or a way to solve the problem for all those respective parties. It's not just one person, but at that closing, there's a lot of parties there. That's fascinating.
So yeah, it's a lot of work goes into it, and we've had lots of deals close recently where there are airship issues, where some people can't even find some of the airs that are missing, and we've got you have to have a very close relationship with your underwriting department as well to kind of work through what those issues are and see what challenges exist and what challenges may exist moving forward based upon what's happening in the closing.
So I would think it's a blessing to work at a place like Stewart Title where you have those resources.
Yes,
and
on demand.
That's right. And I haven't said it on this show for many years or for many shows, and that is Stewart Title. We're over 125 years old, so we have been around, so we've seen those issues, and we've built a great resource machine for all our people out there, escrow officers and business development officers as well.
Absolutely.
Let's tell people a little bit, as you've been in the title world for so many years, how has it changed? As here we are, 2019. You've seen it change as you've been in it a while.
A little bit, yeah.
Especially from the regulatory things. Are there things that have happened in that realm?
For sure, yeah. When I first started back in 2002, I worked a lot with our agency network across the state of Texas, and as things kind of moved into somewhere around about 2008, we all know what happened. Right near there with all of the mortgage fraud and just with the bottom falling out of everything. The regulations that have come out of that have kind of turned things around, that have made every single party more knowledgeable about what our business is, about what the regulations are, about the right way to do things, I think has been a tremendous help. We've got people who are so much more knowledgeable now than they were in the early 2000s. We've got realtors who are just clamoring for the information because they want to be able to help their customers through the transaction and not just get them a house or get it sold. And so what I've seen for sure is a greater partnership between the title insurance company and the realtors in an attempt to educate the entire industry.
Indeed, and all realtors, like anybody else, should have a great team, and they should have a trusted escrow officer that they work with, certainly a trusted roofer, home inspector, lenders, and all those things. It takes teamwork to make the dream work, right?
Absolutely.
And Kendra, what else would you like to tell people before we close this segment? And let's tell them if they'd like to close with you right there at the Heights, what should they do?
Okay, so I have an awesome processor that works with me on every single file.
How awesome? Super awesome?
She's super awesome, amazing. She makes me look really, really good. So, and her name is Chrissy. And so the one thing that I want you to know about closing with the Heights office especially is that I will always take the time to educate people. It doesn't matter if you're a person off the street who does not have a realtor. It doesn't matter if you're a realtor who's been in the business for 10 years and feel like you've got a really good handle on things. I'll always take the time to talk through whatever issues may be there and educate you. So if you want to reach out to us, you can email me at kendra.wessel, that's KINDRA .WESSEL at stewart.com, or at the Heights office at 713-401-1850, and I would be happy to help.
You know, Kendra, I'm not even involved in a real estate transaction right now, but I want to close with you.
Come on.
Give her a call at 713-401-1850. Kendra Wessel. Thank you, Kendra, for being on the show. We're coming right back with even more. I'm Bill Nampick, your host. Proud to be a part of the Stewart team with Kendra. And we're with Michelle Steffen, Stewart Insurance and Risk Management. Welcome, Michelle.
Thanks, Bill. How are you?
Doing great. We always love to talk about insurance. And the one thing that sometimes as we think about home, auto, all the different kinds, one of the ones that we don't get to talk about a lot, but it's very important, and that is the umbrella policy. Let's tell people about the umbrella policy.
Absolutely. I really enjoy talking about an umbrella policy because it's something that most people don't think about. But on your homeowner's insurance, you have a component of liability. And then on your auto insurance, you have a separate component of liability. One is meant to protect you on your property and then anywhere in the world if somebody suffers bodily injury or property damage, and it's your fault as a homeowner. And then when you're driving and you're faulted in a vehicle accident, then that liability picks up for your auto exposure. So there's two different exposures at work, and both policies have a component to protect that liability, right?
Unless it goes beyond that.
Exactly. So if as an example, you have a multi-car accident, maybe a pileup. Unfortunately, those happen from time to time in rush hour traffic, right? So in that event, if there's bodily injury above and beyond what your auto policy pays, essentially as drivers, we're found legally responsible for that above and beyond. So if your policy maxes out at $300,000 as a payment for bodily injury to other people, and there's $1 million loss potentially, you need something to help protect you on the other side of that.
So here comes the umbrella policy, right?
Exactly.
It's good to have.
It's excellent to have. And so it doesn't matter if you are a high net worth individuals with multiple properties, multiple vehicles, and 401k and assets, right? It doesn't matter if you're that person or if you're someone who's a first-time homeowner but also has an asset to protect. That's your home, your 401ks, the things that you develop and build as a growing person, right? So those two different types of customers are equally responsible by law for bodily injury and property damage that they cause. So I encourage everybody to get an umbrella. Again, any underlying risk, so if you have watercraft or motorcycle or an RV policy, any of those underlying policies, if you've got coverage below, the umbrella will pick up above. So it's huge to have.
And the question people may be thinking right now, if I have my home and my auto, the umbrella will work with both of them.
Absolutely.
Even if they're from two different companies. Would
no
that be
doubt.
correct?
That is correct. And a lot of times you get discounts on the underlying policy. So you may get a discount on your home and your auto for having that extra liability protection. So there's a lot of advantage.
Another good reason for people to call Stewart Insurance and Risk Management and find out more. How can they do that, Michelle?
You can reach us at 866-845-4676. Again, that's 845-4676.
And simply go to Stewart.com to find out more.
Absolutely. There's our insurance tab right there for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Steffen, Stewart Insurance and Risk Management. Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks, Bill.
Welcome back, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. As we wind up the show, yes, we brought everybody, I do mean everybody, back to say goodbye and maybe a closing thought. He's back. Murad Fiqui. Murad, welcome back.
Hey, thanks. I'm happy to be back.
And before we close out the show, Murad, we're going to tell people how they can reach out to you once again, but also, what else would you like them to know?
Well, I want everybody to please take 2 seconds, go on your YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am shooting some of the most incredible videos, and not just on homes. We actually produced a reality show, and it's called $1 Million Agent, and it's awesome. Episode 1 is released, and we're actually filming for episode 2 now. It's exclusively on my YouTube channel, so please subscribe. Murad Fiqui, luxury home expert.
And you can invite me on the show anytime. I'll check
course.
my schedule. And also, if they want to reach out to you, what's the phone number, Murad?
832-610-4290, and also HoustonLuxuryRealEstate.com.
But it is fun to check people's YouTube channel.
Yes.
Because when I prepare for guests, I see who they are, I Google them, or sometimes we meet people, we'll Google them, but sometimes I go and look and see if they're on YouTube also. And many people are. It's a great place.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome.
And the Bridge Group. Kelly. Hey, Kelly, welcome back.
Thank
Kelly
you so much.
Watkins. As we close out the show, Kelly, what else should we know?
Well, I just wanted to mention one more time, if you're on the fence about perhaps selling, it's good to know exactly what your house would sell for. If you want to contact me, I'd be happy to run a comparative market analysis. It's also helpful to know how much money you're going to get out of your property to see what you can put down on your next property. I could send your information to our contacts at Stewart Title. They can run a net sheet for you to see exactly what you'd be walking away with. If you've had thoughts of selling, if you're on the fence about buying, we'll connect you with the lender to see exactly what you pre-qualify for.
It is always good to kind of take the temperature, and I think people watch real estate shows on TV. They listen to real estate shows like this because they, even when they're not buying or selling, they always want to know what that home is worth that they're in, or condo, or whatever it is.
Absolutely.
And how can they reach you?
You can call me at 281-352-5717. That's 281-352-5717. Or email me at kelly@bridgegrouptx.com.
And a quick word from Nick LaPalamento.
Hey there.
Hey, Nick, how can people reach you? The Bridge Group. Nick.
Yeah, Nick@bridgegrouptx.com, or my phone number is 281-734-1816. And I'm also on YouTube, not to steal any fire. Nick LaPalamento. I do every week I put out a new video. I interview subject matter experts from everything related to real estate and in between. So check me out there too.
All right. And he's back. Sam Stilley up on the roof. He came down. What else should we know, Sam?
Really quick tip. The BBB has ranked the roofing industry as the highest complaint for the past 10 years in a row. So I always tell all my clients this: look for 4 things. And if all 4 of these are present, choose that roofer. 1, you've got to like the sales rep. If you don't like the sales rep, you're going to hate the job. 2, you have got to like the company. Please do your research online. 3, make sure you understand the products. And 4, if it's within your budget and all 4 of those are present, please choose that contractor, and more often than not, you'll have a good time with them.
And how can they reach you, Sam?
You can call us at 281-495-1878. We have 11 reps available to help you, or you can Google Amstill Roofing, and there's multiple ways to contact us through that as well.
And you guys know what you're talking about, no doubt about it. And I say it all the time: stay close to your Stewart Title Business Development Officer. I am close to 2 of them right now. They're not going to be able to talk today. However, Christina Sacco doing tremendous work at Stewart Fine Properties. Give her a call at 713-625-8626. Doing incredible work all the time. And Rochelle Sula, she brought the Bridge Group here out there in Katy at our office. It's incredible. Give Rochelle a call at 281-392-8844. Stewart Title, we're in business over 125 years. Murad, should people be sad that the show is ending at the time of broadcast?
No,
because it never really ends. You can always go to Stewart.com/Houston. That's right. You can hear any and all shows. This is show number 286, I think. Any and all shows at Stewart.com/Houston. Thank you so much for listening. Stewart.com/Houston. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to check my attic ventilation. I'm going to close at Stewart Title, and I know you want to do it too, especially if you're in the Heights or Fine Properties or the Woodlands or anywhere else. We're an international company traded on the New York Stock Exchange as STC, in business over 125 years. I can't even count that high. We're going to see you next week. Stewart.com/Houston. Thank you, everybody.